Hey guys, it's Grant and Becky, and we're going to show you how to fill out the PM input values header on the glass order form. Assuming you already have your glass order form open and you've confirmed your macros is enabled, you'll notice that you only have to fill out the green cells in this area, and all of that information can be found on your vendor quote. So the next thing you want to do is open up your vendor quote. So go to the job folder in the J drive. And we're using Becky's 270 Brannan Street project as an example. So open the job folder and go to sales, go to contract, vendor quotes, and then we're going to scroll down, find our Viracon quote here, and we're going to want to open that guy up. Now that you have all your necessary documents open, we'll work left to right and snake down the green cells, filling them out as we go. So we'll start with the square foot minimum for light, and if you flip back to your vendor quote that you should have open, you'll see that on there. For ours, if we scroll down to our second page, we'll notice that one of the main qualifications on here is that we have a 10 square foot minimum per light. So we're going to go back to our glass order form, and we're just going to plug in 10 for that cell. The next cell you have to fill out is the pricing method. That's got two options, but it'll come to you with the default option selected as price schedule per light. That's what we're going to use 99.9% of the time, so that's the example we're going to show in this video. However, if you ever do need to use the by volume method, you should still be able to fill out this header using the same documents we're using in this video, just pulling some different information. So when you switch this drop down to the by volume, it just highlights these cells in green over here instead of these cells because you're no longer required to fill this out and you are required to fill this out. So for now, we'll swap back to the default of what we're going to show an example of in this video to price schedule per light. Now we're going to fill out our price schedule per light, which is right over here. So if you flip back to your vendor quote, you'll notice on here, for us it's page 3, that you have pricing depending on your unit size. So from Viracon, we have a price for lights under 50 square feet. We have a price for rectangular lights over 50 square feet and under 65 square feet. And then we also have a price for rectangular lights over 65 square feet with their respective unit pricing over here in the column to the right. So if we take these numbers here, we take our 50, 65, and then we'll use a max here as 75, and we go back to our glass order form. Our max sizes for pricing are 50 square feet per light. Our next max would be 65 square feet per light. And then once we exceed the 65 square feet per light, we're going to plug in 75 as the maximum. We grabbed that number from Caesar, so it should be semi-accurate there. If you go back to your vendor quote now and you just pull your unit pricing for the respective square footage, we'll start with $9.06 for your under 50 square foot lights. So we come here and we go $9.06 and do the same thing for your 65 at $11.33, and then we're going to do the same thing over in the 75 square foot column with $13.59. Finally, moving down to the bottom portion of this header, this should be the easiest part. It comes to the PM auto-populated every single time. However, if the PM's filling out this form for something like some glass replacements or some lights that broke, then you can kind of use this bottom section to customize the form over here to your left to pertain to your exact order. If you start with the glass shape drop down, you see we have rectangular, raked, and pattern. We all know what a rectangle is. At least I hope so. Raked just means that one side of the glass is sloped, and pattern would be something like a bird frit or something along those lines. Spandrel cutbacks, just select whether you have them, yes or no, and you get down here to your number of distributions, and you'll notice that there's a minimum of 9, but if you change it to something like 12, you look over here on the left, it added 3 columns for distribution for you. It does the same thing on the number of rows cell over here. There's a minimum of 3. Let's say we're just doing a couple glass replacements and we only have 5. We'll go 5 rows. It'll shorten this up to 5 rows so we don't have this long list that's blank. So that's it for filling out the PM input values on the glass order form. Hope it was helpful.